3, 2, 1, go. So, I can dash, and I need to dash a lot to go fast. I can also reflect bullets. There's going to be a lot of them. This is on arcade mode, which means that if I die, that is the run over. I've got a safety strat to show off the rest of the game. I don't want to do that. That sucked, so let's not do that tonight.
Also, he can only reflect purple bullets and not yellow
Yes.
ones.
And only when he has his pistols equipped.
Yes, there's a bunch of weapons. I got a laser rifle, for example. Laser rifle, if I let it charge up, I can go ahead and blast this guy in the head, charge it again, and blast him again. So those are the first two mini-bosses in the game down. They're tutorial bosses, like saying, hey, here's how you play Bleed 2. Have fun, enjoy the game. Here's the first kind of real boss, still pretty entry-level. I'm using a weapon now called Heart. Heart scales based off my style meter, so I only take about, let's see, 5 hits before I'm on the verge of death. I'm going to be playing super safe for that reason. But Heart lets me do a ridiculous amount of damage to bosses quickly. So essentially my goal is to try and get my style meter up as high as possible. To try and, so I can't get hit. I can't spend too much time not hitting someone. And just go ahead and kill the first boss.
And those taunts also fill the style meter more, so if you're wondering why he's doing that, he's not wasting time, he's keeping the meter going.
Yes, every now and then I gotta get laugh, go, aha, aha. I can't really do the laugh myself.
It has a dedicated taunt button. It's great.
Yes,
It's
I
good.
can yell at these guys and bully them and mock them as I murder countless robots. This is an auto-scroller hallway. I just need to kill enemies as they spawn. And it kind of gives a good chance for what a lot of this game is going to be. You fight a boss, you kill a bunch of enemies, and progress to the next boss. It's simple, but it happens a lot. For example, that was, 20 seconds from the last boss? We're already on to the boss of stage 1.
It's extremely pure, condensed action.
Yeah, this game's very fast and very fast about it. This guy's pretty simple. I just need to make sure I minimize my time slowdown and just go ahead and dodge his bouncy lasers. I can reflect the purple if needed. Prefer not to, but it lets me get out of sticky situations. All right, that is stage 1 of Bleed 2 complete.
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything so fast.
Woo!
Dude, the triple S rank.
The triple strength.
It's like you're a snake.
Now, if I get hit, I can heal, but my HP does stay consistent between levels. So I have not been hit yet, which is nice. But I need to be very careful because I only heal about a hit and a quarter of a hit in between levels. So getting hit in this difficulty is very dangerous. You don't have a long invincibility period. A lot of attacks, for example, will hit you twice. And bullets, like a projectile, if it hits me, does not despawn. This Kitty Chopper, he will fire missiles, be kind of annoying. You just gotta shoot him a bunch. I'm lucky that I can reflect this missile, which, being cautious about it, but lets me do a bunch of damage. If I miss that, he spawns a harder attack that can be somewhat of a nuisance to dodge, especially if it's as he's dying. And now we get the Tunnel of RNG. This is a very random game. All the bosses have pretty random patterns. There is a different character than Rin, who's what I'm playing now, that actually has more consistent RNG patterns. And some of the RNG in this tunnel is those enemies flying around. They will spawn wherever they want to and shoot bullets at me, which is a very rude thing to do. This is Truck. This is the Rivals Truck. He is from Bleed 1. He's a definite jerk. This boss fight is a little rough. But to maximize I have to spend as little time dodging as possible. I'm a little scared right now because I've been hit quite a few times. But I'll just go ahead and chainsaw him down. 3 hits is a little scary for this part of the game, but I should be okay.
It's fine. Just... Oh.
Okay, this is what we call choking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's 6:30 in the morning. I'm tired.
You're just
whoops.
making it exciting.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. This is for the tension.
Adding stakes to the game.
Yeah. What's happened now is I'm 1 hit from death, which shouldn't be an issue for this fight. This is actually a story boss fight, but it's built into the game to have a skip with rocket launcher. So I'm gonna be in a pretty dangerous spot for the rest of the run, just because I took a bunch of hits. I will heal a little bit in the next stage, but overall, let's tighten up, relax. This is the goof up. Oddly enough, not the worst time despite the hits.
Take damage to save time, man.
So as I'm entering the 3rd stage with 1 hit of HP left, this is when the game starts to pick up. And you be very careful about just shooting enemies as I see them. I'm going to get swarmed from quite a bit of penguins. There's a lot of them, and they are everywhere.
Now you'll see him switching weapons back and forth. That's because the greater variety of weapons you use, the faster your skill bar fills up.
Yes. So now I got more style. First boss is spawning. Actually, a level where it's okay to spend time building up this skill meter. If you slow down time, she actually moves faster during that attack, which is odd. So my goal here is not to get hit by the penguins, try and keep them in control. She has an attack that will actually clear all penguins on the screen, but they're then used as a projectile. And there it is. Oh, penguin hit from behind. That's okay. Let's see. Coming up, I just gotta shoot a lot of little robots, little robots. And up next is the samurai boss. I still can take one hit right now. You cannot die till you're on the verge of death. He is a tutorial in parrying, essentially. Phase 1, Phase 2, he's going to react differently. Okay. I need to slow down time because if not, he will attack too quickly. With this attack specifically. It's not really dodgeable. He will parry normal attacks, so that's why I had to delay and shoot him a bunch with the laser. We're into the clouds. Life should be good for now. Up next, a little bit of a bullet hell section, though. I need to try and lead bullets as much as I can towards the back of the bus here. I'm getting a lot of yellow, which is kind of scary because I can't do anything about them. Should be okay for a second.
Yeah, all the bullets in this section are directly aimed at your position, so you dodge them by doing the very complex maneuver of getting out of the way.
Yes.
That is hard, though.
Yes.
To his credit, I make that sound simple.
There's a lot.
It's not.
There's a lot of bullets, and what's dangerous about them is...
Good reactions. I rate that.
Jeez, these missiles
Still
are
alive.
not being friendly.
You got it. Dude, the slow bullets from the back, the worst. So this one's gimmick is that there's no floor.
Yes, no floor, so I want to try and stay as high above them as I can, because it gives me space to dodge if I need to, and it lets me also just get into a good position to get shots and dodge.
Now what he wants to see is all these missiles are purple, but he wants to see a more purple missile that he can reflect for some big damage.
Yeah, that's okay. Boss
It
dead.
didn't get hit.
All right, stage 3 is down, an improvement from stage 2, but I'm still a little bit scared about my HP.
You're staying alive.
Yeah.
I believe
Another
in you.
health drop.
From 4 hits in the stage to 1. That was 5 hits in stage. Stage 2 was just nah. Okay. All right, back at a little bit more HP. Try and keep that HP up. Need to try and maximize my meter for now. There's not a lot of enemies here, unfortunately. You get a good amount of meter from dodging their bullets, but I'm killing them all now because I'm a little scared. Gonna RZ a bit.
So this guy throws a lot of little kill things, so you use the rocket launcher to try and clear them away so that you can take clean shots at him, and also there's less for you to dodge since he does this washing machine thing.
It's hard to get shots in even with everything with the laser. So the laser just doesn't do very good DPS unless there's literally no other option. Good attack from the bus cat. This just gives me a lot of good hits on him.
Hey.
Okay. Should be able to rocket through this last bit.
Dodges those
There we go.
sneaky.
And that boss not wait for him to die. It's nice. Okay. This is the auto-scroller. It is an auto-scroller. Luckily, it's still a little bit fast, and this will scale on difficulty. Most enemies will just fire in a set area. These guys, there were 2 guys that would actually kind of aim at me, but then there's 2 more at the end. They're not too scary. I haven't used a rocket launcher for doors because it just moves too slowly, but now there's a bunch of doors here at the end. I can bust it out. So I need to be careful about transitioning, not screens, but just camera angles here. Because if there's an enemy firing already and I haven't killed him, which is an odd statement to make, like this guy can do it a lot, I might get shot as I enter his screen. Okay, if you play Bleed 1, you will recognize every boss here. This is the first boss of Bleed 1, Robo Guppy. He has 2 attacks. He will either stomp on the ground or shoot those bullets, and he also continuously spawns little projectiles. So here's his other attack. Sometimes he rolls at you as well after doing that attack. That's actually what I want him to do because it helps me do a lot of damage. Okay, that is the first boss down in the boss rush. Up next, Gibby and Stu. These were romantic lovebirds that you kind of murdered. I have to kind of dance with them, I think is the best way to put it. They will give me patterns that I just have to react to, and it's a lot of rotating. Okay. No! I was out of dashes and I killed the bosses. This is one of the few bosses that can damage you after they die, intentionally. This is, I believe, White Mark 2, but dead? Let's see. I just need to go ahead and fire as many lasers as I can when he's in cover. Only charged lasers will go through his cover. I'm a little scared here because he can sometimes move into you. Okay. Oh, what? Saw, no! I'm out of slowdown, unfortunately. There we go. Okay, this is this boss I'm actually most scared of, especially at 1 hit right now. Bunny Rocket from the first game. Essentially, her gimmick is she cannot be hit unless you slow down time, or she's doing one of her other attacks. This is one of her other attacks. I need some slowdown, unfortunately. Oop, that's a bad attack.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is a scary fight because you have to balance being able to hit her and dodge her abilities. Okay.
This is giving me anxiety.
Fuck!
No.
Oh. Sorry. Okay. So I got the backup strat. And I'm sorry about the profanity. I'm going to blame this on Total Choke. So luckily there's a continuation strategy. We have backups. I'm a little sad about this because this is one of those runs where you practice it. You go, oh my god, I can totally do this. I'm not dying, I'm beating every boss, I'm getting PBs. And then you do the run, it's just like, oh no.
And then you've been up for however long it's been since you woke up.
Many, many hours. So sorry about that. Gotta redo the launch. The advantage of this is I can at least go fast in more levels as I get hit with a little pellet. So we'll continue as usual. This guy's interesting because different characters have there are different characters in this game. They'll have different effects for the bosses. Some characters can fly and they just kind of ignore this boss. Like they can just kind of hover next to him and do their thing. Like instead of having to go ahead and actually kill pills, they just shoot him or stab him. Shoutouts to Eviona, who is a really good runner in this game. Who runs with Claude Girl, which is a Daily Pixel character. And instead of just using bullets, he's able to do a lot of neat things where he essentially hovers next to bosses while dodging, taking mechanics from Lately Pixels. Okay, let's get back there.
I mean, maybe it's just the sleep deprivation, but from my point of view, it's like you've just been here the whole time.
Yeah, it's like it didn't die. We are here.
I don't remember it.
Yep.
Didn't even happen.
There is a difficulty with the time slowdown, and you'll see it pop up in certain fights where you can't really see everything because of the camera. There's actually kind of a good example of that there. It will zoom in, and the disadvantage of that is certain shots, for example, just hard to see. Or you can't see. Okay, I'm actually back up one shot from death. That is actually kind of the scary thing about running this game is there are risky strats, and you just naturally do things that will greatly increase your odds of taking damage. For example, this is a good boss for it. Slowing down time naturally slows down your time, because even though you move faster relative to the enemies, it's still overall slower. So to go fast, you actually want to slow down time as little as possible. But the way Very Hard Mode was scaled, it will not, the attacks will be synced to require you to slow down time. Let's see. All right, that is Bunny Rocket down. All right, back. You know, let's pretend I didn't die.
Just,
back to
I mean,
one hit.
I mean, you've got the same amount of health. So.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Your initials were SD8.
That's a sign. All right, let's weird. The arcade mode has the plot now, huh? Huh? How odd. So this is the warship. The warship is, in my opinion, the hardest level to run, just because a lot of the kind of normal strengths that you can do in the run, like being able to shoot non-stop, don't really apply here. For example, I don't know if you noticed those kind of purple orbs. Those are filled with bullets, and those bullets will eject when you kill those orbs. Except you can't deal with every bullet. So firing non-stop is actually super dangerous in this run.
You dodge things in deliberately the most anxiety-inducing way possible.
I kind of.
Come on!
Hey, to be fair, that was a tough pattern, man.
Yeah. Still though, you're freaking me out here, man.
You just need to sit back and relax and just trust in
I have no
the
chill.
big honkin' one.
Big honkin' studio burger. This is a zero gravity section. You can just go fast. You can't fire a lot, which is once again scary because there's enemies you can hit, but I'd rather not fire than trigger bullets that will just outright block my path. That attack's pretty cool to dodge. I like that attack a lot, but I hate it for arcade mode. Okay, this is probably one of the hardest bosses not to get hit on. He will fly, and you have to match his pattern in reverse. So essentially, I have to now run behind him to avoid getting hit. Or he can
He'll just run to you.
He can transition the phase quickly, and I'll not expect that. And that is a danger if you do not match his pattern. He will just kind of lock you into a corner and fire a little rock at you. You can only hit him with missiles while he has his shield up. And that's why I fire missiles that fight non-stop, just because he's hard to target down with normal attacks anyways, and the missiles have AoE and can actually hit him every time. Hey, I didn't get a bullet spawn. So this is a kind of terrifying section. Oh.
Nice wall jump.
Yep, wall jump is normally not useful at all. It's able to actually kind of save my bacon there for a second.
I legitimately did not know this game had a wall jump, and I have beaten this game.
It's not the wall jump. Unfortunately, just means you can't dash because it's the same input. So I will honestly more often wall jump negatively than positively, but it actually kind of pulled out there.
It was a happy accident.
Yep. This is Legion Mark II, which is also a Bleed 1 boss, except quite changed up. His attacks just have different effects. A lot more orbs, especially at this difficulty. So it's an orby game, a lot of orbs. Like a big orb like this guy. Alright, that is the worship down.
That's pretty good RNG for that guy.
Yeah, this is... When he orbs, it's just free hits. Beautiful free hits. You can turn into a shark, and it sucks. I hate that shark. You just have to watch it jump up and down, and there's nothing you can do about that. I'm anti-shark in this game.
Who isn't, really?
I mean, really, I don't have a lot against sharks outside of video games.
You said in this game.
I'm pro Jaws if that counts for anything.
Fair enough.
So we got 2 stages left. The showdown and the epilogue. Valentine is the big baddie boss that you encounter early on in the game, and we used a rocket to blow past the shield. She's pretty tough in this fight. You just kind of have to react and play as safely as needed, depending on your HP. Because certain times she will go ahead and do rude things, especially with this attack right here. Currently getting eaten up by bugs.
That Fly Swarm attack has a chance of like crossing over in ways that are extremely difficult to dodge if you get boxed into a corner.
But once you get out of this phase, you have a lot more flexibility. It's just the fly attack. It's very fast. It's very random. Like, for example, if she's above me, I would position to hit her underneath her. And I can very easily just hit from the side. So maximizing DPS is a toughie there. Don't be slow bullets. Okay, they're not slow bullets, good. Ooh. This attack's a little bit scary if you get bad RNG. I think it used to be undodgeable with certain kinds of RNG. This is not a great place for her to enter this next phase, so I'm going to have to start right underneath her. She's going to fire lasers at me, which is, depending on your opinion, good or bad. Every time I hit her, she will switch her position. So I need to use the laser just because it maxes my damage. And I hope she doesn't use that attack, which is the worst attack. Essentially, she has quite a few attacks she can use. If you want the best RNG, that is, she cannot use that attack, because you just don't get a lot of hits on her. Oh, come on. All right, this is another kind of story fight. She will pop up her shield. What you're supposed to do is you taunt, and the crowd, having watched our rousing wrestling performance, side with us. But instead, I can just use a rocket launcher to break the shield. It's not too interesting of a fight. It's really a lot of repetition of the last phase. Like, you essentially taunt and she charges up a laser, and just kind of dodge that.
Studio, make some tea.
Okay, let's wrestle. I don't know a lot about wrestling, but I'm pretty sure this is how you wrestle.
Yep, seems legit.
That's the stuff.
Just go vertical and dive headfirst into your opponent.
I think you need to speech first.
There.
There you go.
Okay. So up next is the epilogue. Enjoy the happy flower. It is the rival from the first game saying, hey, we never really sorted everything out. We should fight each other and engage in some Mortal Kombat.
Every sufficiently good speedrun has to have a fight with a giant bug robot in it.
Yeah.
It just has to be that
Oh,
way.
okay, Freedom Planet guy. Let's take it down a notch.
All right. Now that I've got heart charged up, I just need to stay kind of in the middle of this ring. Oh, I can do this. All right. So, actually, at the end of the worship, 2 stages ago, we essentially ran out of moves. Everything is a boss fight from this point on. So we've got a rival in his bus now. He wants to hunt us down. There's a bit of a transition. You can get unlucky. Let's see if we get unlucky. Okay, I did not get a rocket right in my face. I need to slow down time to not get hit by the laser. And then we're gonna shoot him a bunch. Come on. Ah, I didn't get the good RNG. You essentially want him to spend as much time as possible in a place where you can hit him, just because it lets you hit him more. Which makes sense. But a lot of his attacks will just completely take him off screen. And usually it requires a bit of dodging. The dodging is the hard part. What's annoying is the time spent not firing at him. This is gonna be a little bit scary because, there we go. I was going to be just short of damage if he hadn't died right there. That missile does not hurt you. Other games, Bleed 1 it did, so I'm glad they picked that out. And we got a big kind of bug thing again, more of a kind of spider-like thing.
All right, now we're talking.
You aren't tired of robots yet?
All right, let's go ahead. Look for lasers. All right, this guy has a very fast-firing missile, but instead he's going to repeat the same pattern twice and then die before he can do anything. There we go. There was the missile. It fires super quickly, and it's just you have to dodge it and dodge it to the side. If it hits the wall, you're going to get a big chunk of damage. This is the sewer. The music's gone, which means it has to be the end of the game. No more boss fight. Everything's done and over with.
Surely not.
Yes. Oh no,
Oh
no.
my
There's
goodness,
a boss.
what is that?
It's kind of
Another robot.
the mole boss. I just have to kind of kite him back, have some fun, vary space for myself as needed, like right now because the battle starts speeding up. Ooh, he's gonna hit me. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is an attack that can hit you twice if oh no. There we go. That attack can hit you twice if you don't get out of the way immediately.
This game is playing really well today. I have to admit, I have not seen its true form like this in quite some time.
It's Bleed 2 giveth, Bleed 2 taketh. It's a very random run, but the randomness is distributed throughout the game. Sometimes it's just distributed nicely, sometimes a little bit more rudely. Gonna roll with it.
So here we've got the final boss, the rival from Bleed 1. He uses a lot of similar attacks to your main character, Rin, so it's kind of like a,
Uh-oh.
You're going for it?
you're doing the attack you don't like to
Yes.
do. Good damage off
Yeah.
that, though.
Good damage off that, and but also good damage on me. Essentially, he has an attack where you can reflect him back. I'm not gonna do it again because it's actually not super fast. It lets you get a good bunch of shots on him, which is tough to do in this fight. Oh, come on. But unfortunately, even though it is good damage, if you mess it up, you just kind of die because you'll reflect. You will reflect his attacks back, but still get hit by every ball. Which that attack by itself can kill you if that happens. I cannot shoot him with normal bullets while he has a katana out. And time's coming up in, let's say, I don't know, 5 seconds. Might be more.
Taunt.
Oh,
Too late.
okay, and time. All right, what was my time? My shameful death time.
29-20.
Underestimate, yes! That estimate was expecting me to die on specific levels, and that was one of them.
Too easy. Too easy.
Hey, that was Bleed 2. I'd like to give a special shout out to Ian Campbell for making the dang thing, because it's a pretty fun game. You should speedrun this game because it is good and cool, and just don't die. You just have to not die, and it will help your runs.
You'll automatically number 3 on the leaderboard.
Yes. Yeah, actually, they recently reset the leaderboards. I'm literally number 1, number 2, and Iviona, I shout him out later as number 1, with a different character who is very cool and very different. Aside from that, I'm in the thank yous, and that was Bleed 2.
You're not going to point out your own name in the credits.
I did. I'm in the thank yous. It's passed by. Look at the VOD. Look at the cat. All right.